started.
It's a Hope with Fan podcast. We are on the eve of Week 12 in the NFL on Saturday night. Just Scotty and Shelby, a rare duo, really. No Zach tonight as he licks his wounds from Ohio State's just
recovers.
Dreadful performance in Ann Arbor today. Michigan, a big winner. Scotty, how are you? Thanksgiving-wise and everything coming down?
Oh, man, I'm doing great. Thanksgiving, I think I caught the variant. I mean, not really. It's a cold, but no. I mean, I'm doing great. I've got a really good day after the fact of college football today. I didn't even know that there were so many games yesterday that everyone I didn't know that post Thanksgiving games were a big thing until I started watching shit yesterday, and I was like, oh shit, there's a lot of games on Friday. Oddly enough.
Yeah, I didn't know UC played until about 10 minutes before it kicked off.
Yeah.
But yeah, crazy day in college football. I don't know if you watched the Bama game, but they barely got by Auburn in a fantastic game. Bama went 98 yards in a minute and a half with no timeouts.
Yeah.
Came back to win that game. UC would have basically been a lock to make the playoffs. Notre Dame's playing now. I think they're handling Stanford. But obviously the big story, Ohio State losing to Michigan. Just watching that game, I mean, what was it like, Scotty? It was like watching maybe your alma mater play football against a smaller school or the JV where you know what's coming, you just can't stop it. It was insane how Ohio State couldn't handle Michigan's rushing attack.
Oh, not at all. And it was a little weird because I'm just surrounded by OSU fans here. So it was like, oh, what do I root for? Everyone else around me is, I like being, I'm a product of my surroundings. So I like to root for what other people are rooting for, but it was cool to see Michigan win. But the thing about Ohio State that I think I remember why I hated their fans so much growing up is that they just can't handle losing. They're the biggest sore losers. Every Ohio State fan I talk to is the biggest sore loser.
It's insane. Getting on Facebook after the game was nuts, because there was a bunch of Ohio State fans selling their Big Ten title game tickets.
Oh my god, yeah.
That they paid for in advance.
Yeah.
And then there was also it happens once every decade apparently.
Yeah.
That team up TTUN and the whole Xing out the M's in their Facebook posts before the games and stuff.
Yeah.
And
I think it's it's not like when Michigan was losing that much, they were that butthurt about losing. I at least maybe they were. I don't know, but it just feel like when Ohio State was bullying them for 5 or 8 straight years, it was more like, oh, they're still sending cheap shots any chance they get, and I mean that's just rivalry, but you can't be mad when you get one loss.
Yeah, I think it was more our timelines aren't filled with Michigan fans as they are Ohio State fans.
Yeah.
But also it's when Michigan would get killed by Ohio State, it was just let's fire Harbaugh. We can't take shots at Ohio State. It's fuck Harbaugh with this. We can't keep let's get a new coach. We saw it was self-hatred almost. But yeah, with Ohio State fans, it was shared the biggest things is they idolized Woody Hayes. Basically before every Michigan game, it was he ran up the score against Michigan where it was why'd you go for 2, Woody? And he was I couldn't go for 3 when they won 50-10. In reality, it was because his kicker and his long snapper were hurt. That's why he went for 2.
Yeah.
And they also idolized Woody Hayes, who punched a college student on national television in a bowl game, and that's why he was fired from Ohio State. So
when was that? What year was that?
1979.
Is there video of it?
It was in the 7th. Yeah, he punched Charlie Ballman from Clemson. Clemson intercepted a pass to seal the bowl game they were playing in, and he got tackled by the Ohio State sideline, and Woody Hayes just came up and clocked him in the neck.
Oh my gosh.
And also Ohio State loves to show off these gold pants that they wear, that they get for beating Michigan. Have you seen those?
I think so.
Yeah, every Ohio State player and coach who beats Michigan gets a pair of little gold pants. And those were made because Michigan beat them so many times that Ohio State's coach had to be yeah, they put their pants on the same way we do.
Stop it. That's hilarious.
That's how that started. So it's I don't know. A lot of Ohio State fans just think football was invented in Columbus, and it just...
Well, the all-time series is still, like, you know, Michigan now has 9 up on them. I mean, maybe another 9 years they can tie the series. Another
a lot of that...
Another record.
A lot of that's, like, them playing with, like, you know, when there weren't even cars.
Right.
But, you know,
it counts.
Those count.
If you're counting it, you're counting it.
Yeah. But we'll get into the NFL games and run a quick pod here.
Hey, before we get into Boardwalk, Shelby, I have to just personally have to tell you about the Iron Bowl bet I made.
Okay.
Live. So I had.
I was thinking you probably bet Bama live money line.
I did, or so I thought.
Oh, that's tough.
I accidentally pressed Auburn because the A's fucked me up, and then I like went and I'm like, you know, I'm sick, so I took a little nappy, and I woke up 10-3 and basically sweat the whole fourth quarter and 4 overtimes to my bet to lose. And I was like rooting against my bet, and I didn't even know it because I accidentally selected Auburn -1.5 instead of Alabama -1.5.
And the problem is, like, Auburn -1.5 was about 99% chance of cover.
Yeah.
If Auburn's running back just doesn't go out of bounds,
dude,
I can't imagine how brutal that is.
Yeah.
Because, like, I've had it both ways where, like, before the Bengals-Jets game, I bet the Jets +11.5, and then realized after with the fact I didn't press submit.
Yeah, that sucks.
But then, like, it happened again last week. I thought the entire time watching that Steelers-Chargers game, I had Chargers money line in a teaser that just needed the Chargers to win. But then I also had under 47.5. So the entire time watching that game, everyone's just like, this game's crazy. Like, this game's nuts. I'm just like, fuck this. It went over 30 points ago. Like,
God,
screw this game.
Dude,
and
just once I want to look at my app thinking I lost a bet and be like, oh shit, fuck yes, I made the best mistake ever.
That was like, oh my god, I didn't lose that. I was like, great. I was like, oh my god, what a good nightcap. I was like, I don't know how how I've done it twice in the last 4 weeks. Like, it's cost me and lost me, but I don't know how that happens, but Auburn and Bama in a game with 4 overtimes. I mean,
who else but me, right?
Well, it would have been crazy if you had, like, live Bama -2.5.
Oh, fuck that.
They went on 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get into Boardwalk and our dear friend Zach. He's retired for this week. Well, I think for the rest of the year, actually. He said he wasn't betting the NFL again. He went 1-7 in Boardwalk last week.
I didn't know it was that bad. Holy shit. Do I have a pulse? Probably not.
His one win was Cincinnati. Scotty, you were 3-5. You had the Baltimore. First of all, this whole thing's getting a little ridiculous how you can just switch your picks at the end of the game after hearing news. Scotty said switching picks in the middle of the Saints-Titans game to a loser.
So whatever loses, that's my pick. Hey, you know what though? It's stupid because I don't even know the games we have going on right now. We didn't even we've gotten to the I'm down so bad that what's preparing gonna do at this point for the Boardwalk picks.
So Scotty, you were 3-5. You had the Baltimore Chicago under. You had the Green Bay Minnesota over, and you had the Bengals. Your losses were the Colts Bills under. We all lost on New Orleans. We all lost on Dallas, and we all lost on the Pittsburgh LA under. And Scotty, you also lost on Carolina, it looks like.
Okay.
Is there a segment that we could call about all right, so full disclosure, I listen to this podcast and they're it's the most non-sharp, degenerate, they bet 20 leg parlays for 50 cents, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's a hilarious podcast. They have a segment called Bet Aches, when a bet gives you a headache, what was your bad beat of the week? So I'm trying to come up with a funny nickname we can use for a bet ache, but I guess I'll workshop that. But do you have a bet ache from last week that you can remember?
Yeah. I mean, fucking the Steelers just not winning. Is money line does that count? I mean,
yeah, I would say you were kind of lucky just to be in game.
Right.
You were kind of lucky just to cover that game.
Right.
Because you had a big bet on spread, but you had a bigger bet on money line, which confused me.
Yeah, it confused me after the fact too. I was like, why did I do that?
I was so confused.
Yeah, let me see. So the schedule, I'm pulling up the schedule so I can reminisce because,
Scotty, you didn't lose Carolina. You lost Tennessee against Houston.
Okay. Yes, that's right. I mean, that was like, I think that was a bonus. I was like, oh, they're going to kill him. Oh, okay, I remember. So I had placed, I was like up, and I was like, I'm not jeopardizing. I'm going to get paid out this week. And I didn't. But, and so I put two big bets on live money lines. One was the Titans, which almost came back. And what, once it was like 13-19, I was like, oh, and they got the ball, like, whatever. And the other one was the Packers, which also looked great. That pass at Scantling, I was like, oh, dude, fuck yeah. And both just took big L's. And now, I mean, those live money lines is like, I loved placing those. I have one right now on Oklahoma. And against Oklahoma State. But yeah, those live money lines, dude, have just been giving me headaches.
Yeah, it's hard for me because it's like, at the time, like today, Ohio State, Michigan, it was like, I bet Ohio State live, like +5, obviously a loss. But it's like, at some point when Ohio State's money line gets to like plus money, I'm just like, it sucks because in my head, I'm like, they were 7.5 point favorite. They're going to win.
Right.
It's like, I just throw out everything I've seen from the game, and I'm just like, Zach, dude, this guy's got balls of steel because, like, today, we both had Ohio State -7, obvious loser. Then I had a live bet that lost. But, like, he'll reverse middle himself. But the thing is, Scotty, like, it usually wins. And it's like, dude, you were living so far on the edge. Like, today, he had Ohio State and a bunch of teasers, like, down to pick 'em, Ohio State spread. And then, like, in the middle of the third quarter, he bets Michigan, like, he basically bets Michigan, the biggest bet he's made, on Michigan -6.5.
What?
And, like, yeah, on Michigan -6.5 to, like, cancel out most of his losers that are going to lose if Ohio State doesn't win.
Oh, boy.
So if Ohio State goes down, like, gets a stop, goes down, scores a touchdown, and misses the 2 and loses by 2, he loses everything. But because Michigan, like, ran it down their throats and won by 15, he does, like, he bails himself out with that. But he, like, reverse middles, and it's, like, crazy that it hasn't bit him yet. Like, because I saw the other night.
Oh, it bites me.
And Duke. Yeah, Gonzaga and Duke, he bet Gonzaga -8, and then when Duke was up 5, he just bet Duke -6 or something like that. So he had both teams, like, -6+.
Oh, boy.
I was like, he easily could have lost both, but it always ends up working out for him, so credit to him. My betting would be, like, just teasers in general just haven't been coming through, as you can tell by tease and thank you. I mean, getting, funny money has lost by the Raiders +10. It was like a 3-point game with 7 minutes left. And then, like, last week I went 13-7 on just singles, but then, like, 0-5 on teasers and parlay.
Oh,
so
dude.
It was just tough.
I want to win parlays and teasers, man. I don't fucking want to win.
Yeah. And then, I mean, and also just a bad everything is betting, like, getting a great number against Arizona before Kyler's out and thinking it's like I bet Seattle +3 in a game where they were -5.
Yeah.
So I got them -110 +3.
Yeah.
And they end up a -5-point favorite. So I get 8 points of value, and they lose by 10. And Seattle was just a mess. Like, the defense just got shredded by Colt McCoy. But I'm so glad Arizona's on a bye, so I can't bet against them. Okay. So the record: Zach 42-44-2, Scotty 33-55, and I am 47-41. We'll get to the games. I have Zach's picks. He texted in. He also texted me a lock of the week of the century. We'll start in Houston, where the Jets are catching 2.5. Texans favored by 2.5. Total 44.5. Scotty.
Texans are favored, you said?
Yeah, by 2.5.
I'm fading the Texans.
Fading the Texans with the Jets Plus 2.5.
I am. Yeah, I think I'm fading the Texans.
Zach Wilson coming back.
Is he coming back?
What's that?
Is he coming back?
Zach Wilson is starting. Joe Flacco and Mike White are in COVID protocols.
Right. Yeah, I'm taking that. I think after a big win, I think I don't see Texans going on a big streak or anything, so.
Okay. Yeah, that was the perfect. Houston winning again for the first time in forever with Tyrod's come back. I'm taking Houston just because Tyrod's come back and he looked awful in the Miami game, shaking off some rust, and then he gets a bye and then looks great against Tennessee. I don't trust Zach Wilson to not have the same rust Tyrod did. I'm taking Houston, and that's a crossfire between you and Zach, who is also on Houston.
Oh, great.
Next game, my Bengals are home. They are 4-point favorites against Pittsburgh. Big Ben has dominated in Ohio, both in Cleveland and Cincinnati. Scotty, what do you have?
I'm taking the Bengals. Joe Hayden's out. So I think it's moved a point as the week's gone on. I think it was 3.5, now 4.5, but I'll take it at 4.5.
It's 4 right now.
Oh, it's 4. Oh, okay. So it's moved a half point, but I'll still take 4. Bengals with Joe Hayden now. They also, I think they're down another defensive player. I'm not sure. TJ Watt, I think, is still out. So yeah, give me the Bengals.
All right. So this will be our crossfire. I'll take Pittsburgh. Joe Hayden out. TJ Watt and Minka Fitzpatrick both back.
Fuck.
Yeah. I just I've actually liked what I've seen from Big Ben. He's slinging the ball around against the Chargers. And they got to give a break to Najee Harris at some point. I'm taking a road dog, Pittsburgh, a team that Cincinnati's not going to have much of a home field advantage, I'd imagine, with all the terrible towels. You saw out west, the Chargers barely had any. That was like a home game for the Steelers. But I guess it's an emotional hedge against myself. I'll take Pittsburgh plus the points. Zach is on the same side as I am with Pittsburgh plus 4, but that is Scotty and I's crossfire. Now we go to Indianapolis. Scotty, I don't know if you've had a chance to check out HBO's in-season Hard Knocks with the Colts. It's
I have it.
Pretty good.
Is it good?
Yeah, I was watching it today. It's pretty good.
Is it? I'm sure because it's like the intensity is so much higher than like fucking training camp.
Exactly, and it was nice to see behind the scenes, which was my biggest savior was the Colts plus 7 and the Colts money line, which was like plus 260. I bet them both, and it was like no sweat.
Yeah.
So the Colts 3-point dogs at home. The total's 53. Scotty.
3. Wait. Repeat that. Repeat those lines again for me.
The Bucks are favored by 3 in Indianapolis. The total's 53.
In Indy? Fuck, man.
Yes.
That's tough, dude. This is a tough line, I think, because the Colts,
okay.
I everything in me wants to take the Bucks because I need the Bucks, like for both like.
The Colts are gonna fuck us, Scotty.
Yeah.
With this win total.
Yeah.
And when the Colts were 0-3, we could have bet the Colts live to win over 6 games.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now our under 9.5's in trouble. I'm taking Indianapolis. I'll start.
You start, please.
Indianapolis.
You are taking Indy?
Yeah. I'm taking Indianapolis. That's a team that they can't afford to misstep right now, and they're just firing on all cylinders. The one thing that would concern me is that you don't really run against the Bucs at all, and that's what the Colts do best. But I haven't been super impressed with the Buccaneers' pass defense, and Vita Vea is out, which is their run stuffer in the middle. So I'll take Indy and hope the hot streak continues with a home dog.
What's Zach taking?
He's on Tampa.
I'm taking. Fuck, man. I want to take the over under in this game, but even that is tough.
The problem is the total opened 50.5, and sharp money immediately hit over, and it's all the way up to 53.
Yeah.
So you're playing a bad line. If 2.5 points already.
Give me Indy. Give me Indy plus 3.
All right, and that is Zach and I's crossfire. We're gonna have probably plenty of crossfires. No one's taken a total yet.
Yeah.
In this game, or in this segment. All right, 3 more games left. We'll start in Denver, where the Chargers are 2.5-point favorites against Scotty's Broncos. Scotty.
Denver, off a bye. off 2 big contract extensions, and Bradley Chubb is back. I'm taking Denver.
Denver for me as well. It's my favorite pick of the week.
Really?
This is a classic. Like, you're fading. What did everyone see in the Chargers? All of prime time, they saw Herbert go walk up and down the field.
Yeah.
And now I get Denver at home, divisional dog at home, and a team that runs the ball. They're two-headed monster. Williams and Gordon against the Chargers team that struggled to stop the run. I love Denver in this spot. It's my favorite play of the week. That's your crossfire with Zach.
Oh, great.
And so 4 games, 4 crossfires, 2 between Zach and Scotty, 1 between Scotty and I, and 1 between Zach and I. 5th game, Zach, spoiler alert, hasn't picked a total, so any side is probably going to be a crossfire.
Okay.
In Green Bay, the Rams are -2 against the Packers, total's 47.
I'll take the over 47 here.
All right, and that's in consensus with Zach's lock of the week of the century, which is over 47. I'm not sure. Aaron, I just got a tweet. I just saw a tweet that Aaron Jones wants to play against the Rams, but Green Bay has a bye next week, and they might rest him. Also, don't know the status of Rodgers' toe. The Rams can stop the run, and they can rush the passer. Von Miller gets more, involved in that defense over the bye week, and the Packers are missing several offensive linemen. I'll take the Rams -2, and that's in consensus with Zach's pick for the game. Rams -2. All right. The AFC North is squaring off in 2 games. One of them is on prime time Sunday Night Football. The Browns are 3.5-point dogs in Baltimore. Totals 47.
3.5-point dogs in Baltimore. I'm taking Baltimore. I know Baltimore's been terrible to actually ride with this year because they seem to play to their competition. But as long as Lamar Jackson's playing, I don't know. Baker and the Browns are terrible, dude. I don't know what I was thinking. He just has not played himself into a contract in a contract year.
I need a picture of Dan Marino because, I need to tweet out a picture of Dan Marino every time the Browns play the Bengals because that's what Baker is when the Browns play the Bengals. For some reason, he was putrid against the Lions. He's hurt beyond repair right now. He's barely, but that's why I like the Browns. I
think that's an excuse. I don't think he's actually hurt all that bad. I think he's.
Ooh, I like that.
I mean, he probably is, but I think that he's going to use that as leverage when it comes contract time.
You think he's coming out and saying he's more hurt than he's ever been? It's kind of like, all right, chill, dude.
Right, exactly.
But I'm taking the Browns. I think the Ravens' team has probably been one of the more overrated teams we've seen. The Browns get Kareem Hunt back this week, which is huge. They get Tyler Conklin back at tackle. They're the healthiest they've been in a while. So I'm taking the Browns on the road as a 3.5-point underdog. Zach, in agreement with me, taking the Browns. Bonus and lock time.
Let me hear Zach's.
Scotty, you want to start with the bonus? All right. We'll go with Zach's first. He's taking the Giants +3.5 at home against the Eagles.
Okay.
And I'll go with my bonus if you don't mind.
I don't.
So, Scotty, tell me the most points Jacksonville scored this year. Go.
20. 21.
It was 23. They kicked a game winner against Miami.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But if I change the question to what's the most amount of points they've scored in North America, you would be correct. Because that's 21.
Yeah.
They scored 21 against the Bengals in a loss, and they scored 21 against the Texans in a loss. So I'm taking their team total under 22 against Atlanta. Also like Atlanta in the game. I bet them -1.5. It's up to 2 right now. But yeah, I like the team total for the Jags. Under 22 is my bonus. And your bonus.
Yeah, I like the Vikings +3.5. They're just they look like such a different team than 0-3 team that we saw at the beginning of the year. And I mean, it's not even like they look bad in that 0-3 stretch. With close losses to the Cardinals, Bengals, and who else? I don't know.
Well, ring the dinner bell because that's my lock.
Oh, is it?
It's Minnesota +3.5.
Yeah, I like that line a lot.
Yeah. So you're up with with your lock. I'll read. Zach is liking the Falcons on the road, laying 2 against Jacksonville is his lock. And so now we just need your lock to put a bow on this.
My lock is going to be the under in the Broncos-Chargers game, 47. Under 47.
Like that a lot.
That's too many points for Denver.
Seems like a dog and under game.
Yeah, exactly. Week 10, after week 10, and divisional dog unders hit 63%.
I forgot to look up how those are doing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Probably bad.
Yeah, probably because it's been announced.
Well, yeah, it's like when my dentist hears a hot stock tip, I know it's too late.
Yeah, exactly. What's that other big sharp play, that the one that's if a teams that didn't cover last week against teams that did cover always seem to cover?
Yeah. Well, Scotty, let's look at last week. Okay, so this was week 11. Texans Titans went under. Packers Vikings went over, so that's 1-1. Dolphins and Jets went under, 2-1. This is just divisional. Seahawks Cardinals went under, 3-1. So divisional unders were 3-1 last week, and they start out 1-0 this week because the Bears and Lions went under.
Yep.
So maybe you're onto a little bit of something. See if you're onto something with Scotty's Party Parlay, looking for a win.
I'm not doing it.
Have that. You're done.
I will. No, I'm not done. I'll have it on our Twitter account for my I have to. I'm not in the right headspace. I need to craft something up. I need to. This is the day of kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like I can't.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll just write in day of.
Day of Party Parlay. My VIPs are getting early access to this, so the lines don't change.
Okay. So, I mean, I already said that Zach's lock of the week of the century. It's just 5 and 6. It's won 3 in a row. Is the Packers Rams over 47? Elephant in the room is tease and thank you. I mean, I'm hiding. I'm hiding from people trying to break my knees right now. Last week it was 0-2, and neither team even covered, just the regular spread. So this is my back to basics, back to 500, tease and thank you. Just clean and easy. On our book, you can get it -110. That's how easy. Carolina at Miami, Miami +8, Pittsburgh +10. 6-point, 2-team teaser, back to basics. It has to hit because I was once 5. It has to hit because I was once 5-0, and I'm starting to believe it never happened.
We need a Kevin Malone gif after it finally hits, and it's just nice to win one.
Well, it's been 6 weeks since I have 0-6, but yeah, that'll do it for us.
Is that our show?
That's our show. Happy hunting in week 12. Good luck to everybody.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays and good luck to everyone. And next week we'll be back with a regular show, and I'm going to look back at some of our predictions for the NFL season and maybe our fantasy show and do like a freezing cold takes of like where we were both right and wrong, where we were all like where we were right, where we were just dead wrong. Probably lean more towards the wrong. But
yeah.
Cam Newton being the starter all year doing a little bit more than he does.
All right. Here we go. There's a little place where the sun sleeps late and pulls himself a shot of tequila. It's a little place called Pleasure Island. That's where I'd like to feel ya. It's easy to find just beyond the last wave. Dolphins and whales are up mating. Sail all day and all night and then take a hard ride. That's where I'll be awaiting. Pleasure Island, island of pleasure. No need to stop and think. Pleasure Island, a beautiful treasure. Come on down and have a drink.